Ladles and Jelly Spoons is Tim down for living with MS in Tenerife, and we are here today on a beautiful day. You can actually see the sunset through the window behind me, so that's going to be pretty cool. We've got the sun in the face. We've got a nice Tim and tonic with a bit of lime. Christina's got a lime water, and here she is, in fact.
Good evening, everybody.
And she's on the right side as well.
Well, the right side.
But for some reason, my camera is a lot darker than yours.
Is it?
Yeah,
Shouldn't be.
it shouldn't be. No, I should have. They should be about the same, but I don't know why that is. Let's have a look to see what the problem is with Christine's camera. So let's have a look at camera B. Oh, the brightness is way up. That's why. There you go. My fault. I set the brightness too high. So, ladles and jelly spoons, Tim down for living with MS in Tenerife. We've got a beautiful sunset going on in the background, which is over there for us, of course. Christina is fantastic. Can you hear me, mother? Let me just turn this up a little bit. Oh no, we're right. We're on the full whack. We're on the full whack. And if you're new to the channel, this is Balcony Banter, where we just chat about stuff. I meant to do a load of good stuff last week, and I didn't do it, did I? I didn't say anything. I don't know. We got sidetracked by all the comments, wasn't
I think so.
it? Yeah. Let's see who's on. Right. Jeff is on. Derek's on. Craig's on. Hayley Ann Styles, evening, flying out to paradise in the morning from Glasgow, Prestwick. Hayley Ann Styles. I've not seen that name before, but if you've been on, I apologise, but I've not seen that name before. I think you would have remembered it. And welcome when you come on. There's a couple of people have arrived yesterday, today, and are coming in tomorrow. Don't forget, this Friday, Freaky Friday, is going to be a short one because I've got to get back to pick Christina up to get her back down to the Little Germany for 7:30. So I'm going to finish before 7 so I can pack up, run home, grab Chris and run back down so that we can have dinner with Ian and Barbara and special guest Juliane. We're not going to go live, but that'll be another story. And next week on Juliane's channel. Oh, there's the boat trip is going. I did set up a second camera, but for some reason it's not connecting. So what a shame. The stream quality has been lowered automatically because we're out on the balcony. There you go. Let's have a look at the comments. Comentarios. So there's Hayley Ann. Albert's on. Christian Moose is on. I got your message, Christian. Thank you very much. And hi, Christine. Is everybody saying? Thumbs up, says Craig. Chris Godfrey's on. Good evening. Hayley Styles looks fab. It is. It's quite nice, actually. It's been a nice day today, hasn't it?
Yeah, but it's getting cold for me.
It's getting cold for you, isn't it?
I could use gloves.
Gloves. She's terrible, you know. Are all women the same? All your extremities get cold, don't they? I mean, I haven't worn shoes in the house for 10 years. I'll just wear t-shirts and shorts all year round. T-shirts and shorts and underpants, of course. Why I went this morning, had a Pfizer, number 5. Yeah, we went for the flu jab this year, didn't we? We didn't get the C19, and for no other reason than I've been looking into it, and I don't really put myself in danger, and I've had it.
Lots of people don't do it this year,
You know, a lot of people are not doing it this year.
and I always felt really sick.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? It knocks you for 6, didn't it? The COVID jab.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we decided not to do it this year, and you never know. You never know. You never know. You'll never know. John and Jade, good evening, Tim and everyone. We are sad as we're supposed to be coming over to Tenerife on Saturday and now can't as suffered a, oh dear, suffered a cardiac arrest. Look after yourselves, John and Jade. Look after yourselves. That's what I'm worried about, isn't it, really? That all of a sudden I'm going to kip over and have a fart attack. I nearly had one today, didn't I, kid, when you fell off the chair?
Yeah.
What happened? What happened there? I was on the phone to Terry, wasn't I?
Yeah.
What, tell? I was ignoring you, wasn't I? So you went, I'll teach him, I'll throw myself on the floor.
That was like it.
She just came out the shower, and she's got this white chair with wheels on it. One of the wheels doesn't turn, does it? So we got to push it. Anyway, I always put a cushion behind her when she's doing her makeup and stuff. Well, not makeup, you know what I mean, creams and
Yeah.
what have you. And I always put that behind you, and I just put it behind her, and she's leaning forward, and all of a sudden, shook, the chair goes away because I wasn't looking. You see, I wasn't looking. I was talking to Tell. Talking to Tell. Wasn't your fault, Terry. Don't worry. Wasn't your fault. Oh dear, John. So get better soon, my friends. They won't let you fly, apparently, Albert, nice one. Emma Kelly's on. Normally watch on catch up. Okay, cool. Alex's evening. Anne Marie's on. Sorry to heat. Sorry to heat, John. Oh, sorry to hear. I can't see with this. Hi, Tim Marialty. Sue FedEx on. Was -4 in Glasgow this morning. -4. We haven't had minus. We haven't been below 20 this year, have we?
Well, in winter you might get down to about 15 or 16 degrees.
15 or 16 is very rare unless it's like the middle of the night with wind and stuff.
Yeah.
What we got here? We got 23.5 degrees. There's a bit of a wind coming in, and they are promising storms for Friday. So, but as I say, if you don't like the weather in Tenerife, wait 5 minutes or move 5 miles. David, Billy's camera, hello. Pete and Shella on. And hi to everyone from Marie Alty. So what we're doing today? Well, I'm going to single myself out. There we go. That's my show today. I'm going to bring Christina on in a minute, but she doesn't like the resting face, do you? She likes to have a nice little relax, and then when I put her back on screen, I'll tell her she's going on screen, and that's it. Let's get rid of this camera. This is the camera that I was trying to connect, but I tried all these cables, and it sees the camera, but there's no video, which is a shame because it's a nice little camera. It'll record and everything, and I can take this is the one I take off and put on the top of the car. So it's not the posh ones like the Pocket 3 that's still on order. But I got such a good deal, I can't cancel it and get it somewhere else because I really got such a good deal. Sun's going down.
Did you want to tell about you?
I did, but I am. I'm just.
You tell about cameras.
Jack Bell's on, Andrew Rothney's on. Enjoyed the stroll this morning. Thank you. Yeah, it was quite a good stroll actually. It was longer than I thought about it because we went all the way down to the far end in Alcalá and then came back all the way back past the car to the coffee shop. So that was an hour going there and back. We were late setting off as well, or we're late coming on. And then after that, we finished the coffee. I took half my sandwich home and had it for breakfast, didn't I, kid?
Yep.
So I had it for breakfast. So that was good. Coffee and naan. So where were we up to? So those of you who were following along, I was born in Earlham in Manchester, in Salford, I think it is, but I don't remember it because it was. I think it was about 15 months when we left to go and live in Prestwich, which I do remember. I started to school to go in Prestwich. I went to Parkview, in between Prestwich and Sedgley Park. And then we moved to Unsworth, and I had to move junior schools to St George's in Unsworth, which is at the top. Somebody's who doesn't know I'm live. How can you message me, Christian, when you know I'm live? Do not disturb. Do not disturb is on. There you go. That's told you, mate. So where was I?
The Prestwich.
Prestwich, yeah. So I grew up in Prestwich, went to Unsworth, and at the end of the junior year, I could either go to the comprehensive or take the 11 plus because it was an option in them days. For the first or the second intakes, I think it was. The first intakes went in. I took the 11 plus and passed, but they wouldn't let me go to the grammar school. So they said, "Well, what you want to do, Tim, mate, is wait a year in top class again, fourth year juniors. And Christina's camera's playing up as well. In fourth year juniors and take the 11 plus again the following year, which I did and failed, mainly because I was bored, sick, doing top class again. But I met some great people, great friends, and we had a really good time. Unfortunately, they all went to the comprehensive and had lives of their own, and I was relegated to the Wellington Secondary Modern School in Bury, Parliament Street. I'll never forget it. There was a really dank cobbled street going to the end, old Victorian buildings with a girls' entrance and a boys' entrance, and a girls' playground and a boys' playground, and in the middle was the woodworking shed, and you couldn't get through. Or Mr. Wilkie, or whatever his name was, will come out and chase you with his ruler. And so I was scared going to Wellington because I'd heard stories about them shoving your head down the toilet and tunneling you. And as a little first year, a little blonde-haired first year with a cute face and a mouth way too big for his size, um, I wasn't looking forward to it actually. So I got there and really old wood. I can smell it now. And all the teachers were sort of old. I know it looks like that, but there were a couple of young teachers eventually, but they all looked old to me. Sun's going down now, underneath the clouds. Actually, looking through Harry Time, you are. There you go. And yeah, so this old, I remember the hallway, the hall where we had was in between the girls and the boys' playground entrances, and above it was a sort of a long balcony that you could walk across. But woe betide anybody who walked across it during assembly. You were called out and slippered. I remember those were the days. So yeah, we had these really old classrooms with glass, big glass walls, if you like. The wall came up to about shoulder height, or when I was a kid, shoulder height. It was probably hip height for everybody else. And then above that was like paned glass windows, so everybody could see into every classroom, apart from the, what was it? Chemistry labs, where they did cooking at lunchtime. No. The chemistry labs were next to the cooking. That's right. That's right. So we'll just see, Tim. You start the second-hand shop with all your extras. Okay, I can. Emma Kelly's on. John Patton. Hi, Tim and Christina. You were sat right there, Tim. Oh, what happened? All mods. You were sat right there. I don't get it, but we shall carry on. I'll get it in a minute. I'll get it in a minute. Yeah, so the first year was split up into the intelligent people and the thickies, which I hated. I hated streams because all the people that was deemed to be thickies had a great time at school. They all went to farms and went on trips and ice rink and all that, and we had to do maths, chemistry, and physics and all that crap. So when like for the first couple of years, you've got to do the syllabus, haven't you? And they started off as, funnily enough, we're in one E, I think it was, but E standing for excellence. I said, well, I want to be, no, 1A1 it was. I can't remember. But it was a silly way of doing the streaming anyway. So they were split into two main streams at the top, and then there was second and third, and then the people that had all the fun. And I wanted to go into the people that had all the fun bit. So I was reasonably good at maths. I was reasonably good at history. Terrible at religion. I I was rebelling at the time, so I told them I was a Buddhist, and then they asked me questions about Buddhism. I couldn't answer. They said, "Get in the Christian thing, you little bugger." Yeah, so I had to get a bus to school, and I'd only ever walked to school in my life, and this is the first time I had to get a bus to school. So that was quite fun. And I remember it was right in the centre of Bury. Well, it wasn't the centre of Bury. It was just down from Bury Market, actually. I think Parliament Street and I can't remember what the big road was called, but Gig Lane was at the back. then there was a park, and then there was the Wellington secondary one school right at the train tracks. And we could jump over the train tracks to get to the bus at the top of the road. But you shouldn't have done that, really, but we did.
That has been
It
dangerous.
was dangerous, yeah. But at lunchtime, we had to go across the road to the prefab where lunch was served. And school dinners, wasn't a big fan of school dinners at first. I thought, oh, I don't want school dinners. A couple of mates of mine were saying, well, we go uptown for dinner. And so I thought, I asked my mum, I said, school dinners, I'm not having it, not having it. Can I have, I think it was 50p a day to go and have dinner. So we'd have the classes in the morning, and then at lunchtime, I'd get 50p a day. This was in 1973, I think it was, 72 or 73. And I get 50p a day to go. No, 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 it was the first year. First year I went to school dinners. Second year, maybe third year. So 1974. 1974. So, yeah, I'd take my school money, and 50 pence a day would get us some rolling papers and some old Holborn tobacco and a black pudding on the market. And the berry black puddings were very famous, still are, I think. And these were on the market. They were steamed. Frog in my throat again. Other side this time.
You need to check it.
Tim and tonic. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, it was. We could get a black pudding, and the black puddings. I don't know if you know if you come from Bury or if you know Bury Market, you probably know. But they had these big open metal vats with a stick in it, and I think there was two or three sticks in it, and each stick had notches cut out of it, and then they'd hang the black puddings, which were horseshoe shaped, with string on these, and then they boiled the water in the bottom, so they were steamed black puddings, really hot. And they put a lid on, and then they'd take the lid off and fish out a stick, and then grab a bunch of black puddings and cut one off and stick it on the cutting board, put the rest back in, and then they would cut like if you've got a horseshoe shape like this, they would cut along the horseshoe to give you two horseshoe shapes with a round back and flat bottoms. And they say, what do you want on it? And the typical thing we put on it was vinegar and mustard. So Coleman's mustard, I think it was. It was hot mustard anyway. And then they give you grease-proof paper and put it in a grease-proof paper and with the two mustard bits together. So we go up, and what you could do then is you could take the greaseproof paper, open it on a bin or on a bench or whatever in the precinct in Bury, and you take one off and you'd snap it and push, and then the skin would come off one end, and you could eat half with a lollipop, and that went really quick. And then what you do is you put that skin side down on the bench and wrap your other half in the greaseproof paper, stick it in your pocket to keep warm. And then you'd have your second half or quarter, if you like, of your black pudding. And that was it. And then you go and you'd faff around and do what little boys do and pretend you're hard. And then an harder guy had come up and rob you. They'd come and threaten to smash your face in if you didn't give them your lunch money. And sometimes we did for a quiet life. Sometimes we didn't, and it wasn't that quiet. But sometimes we spent it all, and so they robbed us for the fags, which I think was a good thing in the end, but because I shouldn't have been smoking at that age anyway. And old Holborn, I remember. And if you had lots of money, we'd get was it a 2 ounce pack of Golden Virginia? Oh, those were the days. Old Holborn and Gold Virginia. I smoked up until I was 40, the year 2000. In the year 2000. Let's do this. In the year 2000. Oh, sorry if you got, what's it called? FX. We don't want FX. We want CCT. There you go. We got a new bulb coming in. There we go. We got lighting now. My lighting, new lighting's arrived. Let's go up to daylight. I will do 38 Kelvin at 70%. There you go. Stick it on here. There's a nice key light for me there. And we get a hair light at the back. Should we get a hair light at the back? I'm faffing now, aren't I? Showing off.
Shouldn't you have go on telling about you?
I will in a minute.
It's got red light now.
So what colour do you want?
Very impressive.
Blue. Nice little blue light. Oh, look at that. Anyway, so we'll have a red light. That's nice. Red light's nicer, isn't it? We go down to this hue. There we go. Have an orange light at the bottom. So we got tungsten light at the bottom, nice light in the left here. So that'll give you a nice sunset. A nice sunset. Anyway, let's see what you guys are saying. Item Casino, everybody just in from the background. David Butler, Christian Moose. If it's positive addition, I'll be in the eCam lobby. Otherwise, just ignore. Okay. Let's turn it on and see in a minute. So stay in there. I'll let you know beforehand, and then I'll turn it on. So where was I? The black pudding and the tobacco, right? And so yeah, we'd go there, and then that got old very quick. The black puddings, but it was mostly for the winter. And then we found a place called Granelli's, which was a little transport cafe, if you like, at the top end. Oh, just get me cushion there. A little transport cafe at the top end near the multi-story car park. And we'd go there and we'd have meat and potato pie and gravy. We couldn't afford the chips. We could afford the chips or a cup of tea. And we always went for the cup of tea. So it was a meat and potato pie and gravy. And a cup of tea. So that was my lunchtime schooling in Bury. Wasn't a big fan of sport, as you probably know. But what happened was I went to a couple of football matches, and also I was there on football match days, and it was the 70s, so it was just full of hooligans, and I wasn't into that, so I didn't really get into the football. And my dad wasn't a football fan, so I didn't get introduced at a very early age, which I think a lot of football fans do. In fact, listening to some of the stories that WEBBY on WEBBY Sports Roundup, link in the description, says is they were always brought in by the dads, always brought in by the dads. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
But my dad didn't bring me into football.
He was a football fan, though, wasn't he? And he was also a trainer, and yeah.
In his Wexley.
Oh, so when he sort of had the menopause, male menopause, he decided to become a football trainer.
Yeah.
Was he any good?
He was very good.
Yeah.
And he trained Dieter,
Uh-huh.
who became my little sister's husband later.
Your brother-in-law. Schwager, as they say. The Schwager. So let's turn this one down. Can I turn it down? Yeah, I can. We're going down this way. That's a 14%. That'll do. Then you can see the colours in the background over here. That's quite good. Yeah, so that was lunchtime, and then after like 15, I think, which was 75, um, I kept getting the money for the every day, but then I realized a great scam that on the money that I got on a Monday morning, if I saved a couple of bob from Saturday, then I could pay the whole week's dinners at school dinner. And what that meant was that we could go and have school dinners and then spend the rest of the money all week on fags and other stuff. We weren't drinking at the time, I don't think, but fags and other goodies. And what then happened was I got to the stage where um, me and a couple of mates, we decided that we wanted to be monitors at the mealtime. So we became mealtime monitors for the first and second year, so we could have dinner or lunch as they call it then. No, dinner as they call it then, but lunch as we call it now. We could have dinner at the first sitting. So we'd be the monitors on the table, making sure the first and second years weren't too rowdy. And then we had then an hour and a quarter after dinner to go and faff around in town. And then we always knew we could be a little bit late coming back because they didn't really do anything if you were late coming back, which was weird, really. In fact, on some mornings we'd just bug off. We'd go and get our mark, and when it was woodworking all morning, me and a mate just got in a van, a milk float. He'd park outside the school, and we'd jump in, and he would go and do some bread. So I'd get a bus early morning up to his house. We'd go on the milk round in the morning before school. Then he'd stop us at school. We'd go in and get the mark. We come back out. Then we'd go up and do a bread round in the morning. And they ended up taking all the old stale bread and chucking it in this farmer's um, barn to feed the whatever's the aminals. The aminals. So let's see how many people are on. 52 people still watching. Those lights, I thought you were going to sing. There you go. The hills that are in the year 2000. I got my new sound system, but one of the faders is loose, so I don't want to use it in case they'd swap it out. But they said they're going to send me a spare thing, but I don't know how to open it. So I'm a little bit disappointed, to tell you the truth. But they'll be pretty good. I've got one that works for just for one microphone, but the one with two microphones, it's working. It's just the fader's loose, and I don't want it to just break. It's brand new. Bought it brand new. Wouldn't mind, but the one with one microphone was B stock. Which gimbal do you use, Tim? Says Dale Nortier. I have the Osmo SE, I think it's called. I had the Osmo, um, was it Osmo Mobile 3, which I still think was the best one. And then I give that to WEBBY now because it's easy just to clip, clip, clip. Although he seems to be having trouble with it, but I think it's a nut behind the steering wheel. That's the problem there. And I now have an Osmo SE, which I got really reasonably in Duke Fotografia, where I get all my photographic stuff. And recommend it. Recommend it. I've got the new phone as well, the new iPhone that arrived. I'll tell you a story about that in a minute. But yeah, so what happened then? Dinner times. I was a little bit of a class clown at school, always coming up with Dowdisms, I think it was. They used to call it, where I'd they sort of say, you can't sell, I would say, can I sell alcohol on the street? They said, no. I said, can I give it away for free? They said, yes, you can. And I said, well, what about I say alcohol for free, donations accepted, the management retains the right to refuse service. And then you only give it free to people who donated. They went, no, that's a Dowdism. You can't do that. There's a few other things, a few other ideas I came up with. I was pretty conservative in my outlook, working for a living. I was doing jobs I was in a petrol station pumping petrol in the night, 4 nights a week. So I was pretty good like that. And then I started playing guitar in a band called the Fabulous Phoenix Show Band. And I think I've got a picture, but I can't remember where I put it. Is it down here? Nope. So let's do a new scene. New scene. Let's do source blank. So you're looking at a blank screen now. And I'm going to add an overlay as a picture. And the picture is going to be, is it this one? Yeah, this is the one. I got to turn it though, I think. I'll try it. Open. Oh, how do I turn it? You're going to turn it like this? Lock overlay, hide overlay, bring to the front. How do I turn it? I'm an idiot. Anyway, this is me in a band. Picture and sound is no good. Does that sound better now? I'm shouting. Oh, here we go. We can do rotation. There we go. There we go. There we go. So I'm the guy on second from the left. So there's Harry on the left. He now owns a bar in Ibiza, in El Cana, I think it is, called the Mirage down by the port there. Then there's me, rhythm guitar, Barry Collingwood, Baz on the drums, and Phil on the bass. And we were called Starry because Harry and Steve started the band, and when Steve left, I took over the guitar playing. My brother ended up, playing with us as well, and then we got a new drummer and a new singer. We got a girl singer, Debbie, who I just contacted not so long ago, asking if she's got any pictures, and she didn't. And she says we'll have to catch up, but she was away at the time, and I still haven't called her, but I will do when I've got 5 minutes and she's available, and we'll catch up with that. Debbie Carroll. She ended up being a singer as well. She ended up carrying on singing as well. I didn't. So what does it say here? We pay them self-help to pay off the loan on the minibus. For a bargain 14-seater minibus. After a sponsored walk, sales opening a new tuck shop, and a school turned to music for the next idea. Four-man pop group Starry, three of whom are connected with the Wellington Secondary School, gave their services free at a dance. For the third, fourth-year pupils at the event raised £15 to add to the £6 raised from the previous disco. And that's terrible, isn't it? £15. You drop that now, and that's a pint of Guinness in it these days. £15. Amazing, as they say.
But you realize you're getting
You
old.
realise you're getting real, 15 quid. Yeah. So let's go to twos up for Chris. There we go. So what do you think? So we gotta put these down now. There we go. Down. There we go. They're too bright. We get the intensity, the saturation is 100, and the brightness will go down to 15% as well. There you go. Put it under Chris.
Did you finish school, and how did you have a big exam before you left?
Right, yeah. So because it was a secondary school, we could only take GCSEs, or I think they were just called CSEs at the time. And you couldn't take the O levels unless you were really clever. And because I was such a clever little sod, I decided to take three O levels. So they said, well, why don't you take the O level geography, the O level chemistry, and the O level mathematics? And so I went, okay. So they said, right, you got 3 months after January, in 1977, this was January 77. I started studying for the O levels. I'd done my CSEs. I got a grade 1 math and a grade 1 chemistry. So they said, why don't you do that? And I did quite well in geography as well. So I studied for those. And then when I came to it, they said, right, you've got to pay. And it was £4.50. Let me get this right. It was £4.50 to register. And then it was, no, it was £1.50 to register. And then £1 10p per subject. So I had to pay 150 and 3 times, well, 330. So that's 480. See, I'm good at math. So it was nearly a fiver I had to pay, and then I could take 3 O levels. And I got ungraded chemistry, I got ungraded geography, and I got a C, so I got a pass in maths because I didn't have to write a story. I think the problem was that I was trained to do CSEs, and we eventually ended up having to write stories. So my essays were basically non-existent. Oh, what happened there? Oh, camera's gone. There we go. So I just put some more things on. I'm going to save the camera now before it dies. There you go. Have I broke it? See if it still works. Yep, still works. Oh, it says it needs to calibrate. Put it on a thing and press OK. Please keep horizontally. Don't touch the device. Don't touch the table. Oh, I broke it.
Dog.
I broke it.
Oh.
I can't even put my thing down. Don't touch the device, it says. I broke it. Oh, there you go. It's working again now. Thank Bob for that. Thank Bob for that. So let's turn that off. Yeah, so that's why I took my O levels and CSEs in 1977. And what happened then? Let's set this down another notch. There you go. So in 1977, I went to work for Scapa Yarns in Jericho. It was a yarn mill. It was a yarn mill. And I had to go and count the bales and then do the books for going through the process, which was quite fun, really. And then Elvis died, and the sound of the sea beckoned, and my dad decided to sell up and buy a cottage in Wales, 1977. So on the 12th of November, we up sticks, and they said, "Do you want to come?" And I didn't really want to leave home at the time. I was having such a good time having all my washing done and all my meals cooked. So I said, "Yep, okay, I'm down for that." So I moved to Wales with my mum and dad and my little sister. Well, she had to go because she was still in school. My brother stayed in Manchester and went to live with Granny, and he was in love, of course. And so I ended up going to Wales in 1977, a little town called Pwllheli, where it's famous for the Butlins camp, and just before Abersoch, which is where the rich and famous went messing about in boats. So that's going to be the next episode, is telling you about moving to Wales and growing up there. So I'm just going to turn on the interview mode to see if anybody's in there. If you're in there, Christian is joining. There you go. He stayed in for a long time. Ching. And we're going to add Christian to camera C, I think. Okay, Christian to guest 1. And camera C, guest 1. And then we'll turn Christian on. Where are we? Camera C. I'll turn him on. Can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me? Oh, then I have also something. Interview mode.
Yes, I can hear you.
There you go. I can hear you now. Cool dude. Christian, you're quite long in the bottom there, but that's okay. Hello.
Hello, I couldn't see you.
No, Chris can't see you. You would have done if I'd have brought the TV like I told you.
Yeah.
But there you go. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to swap Christian out for Chris. So Chris is going to go in the background. Then we're going to put camera C on this side. There he is. Very bright, Christian.
Yeah, let's turn some brightness down.
There we go. That's fine. That's fine. So where are you?
We're at home in the Netherlands.
Yeah, for the people who don't know you, whereabouts in the Netherlands? Hello.
The Netherlands is just above Belgium, besides Germany.
So whereabouts in the Netherlands?
Side of the North Sea. It's freezing. Where in the Netherlands? No, we are at. I don't know if the people know it. We have a part of the Netherlands called Zeeland. That's near to the coast, and we are at the region next to Zeeland.
So I've been to New Zealand. No, I haven't been to New Zealand.
Down Rotterdam.
Okay, so it's probably near Rotterdam, is it? For the people who don't know where Zeeland is, there's a ghost coming out the bedroom for it. So you just sent me a message saying that you're coming over.
Yep, we're coming over again.
Cool dude. That's when will be that'll be like 4th or 5th time we'll have met, yeah?
I believe so.
Same place?
First it will be the 15 or 16. Yeah, of course, same place. And I believe it will be the 16th time, 15th, 16th time already.
Wow. I'm gonna meet what's her name? Juliane on Friday.
Okay.
I'm gonna meet Juliane on Friday.
We met up. We did meet up last year. She was very busy at the moment, but she had some spare time to join us in a nice drink in the Abayo. Was that Abayo?
No. Cabo.
Yeah.
Down here, yeah.
So, yeah, down here. Yeah.
Okay. Playa Ajabo, it's called AJABO. I never. Was that open then?
It just opened. I believe it was 1 week or a few days or something like that. So
and very expensive.
It wasn't cheap, but it was okay. And it was just before the road to Playa Paraiso opened.
Right.
We were hoping it was open before we left, but no, I think it was 1 or 2 days after we left Tenerife, the road went open.
That's quite nice, actually. It's we walk over there now to the Rosa Centre for a meet-up Monday sometimes. Yeah. It's easier for people from Los Cristianos to come with the bus and on the 471 than it is on the 473. So and we like the place, don't we? But it's getting a bit chilly up there, isn't it? It's getting a bit chilly, so you got to bring a wrap or a jumper or something for the evenings. So as I say, now we're 23 degrees, but now as the sun's gone down, let me just find it here. So it's down to 21 and a half. I don't know if you can hear the music from the Hard Rock Hotel.
No.
I've got the compressor on. So.
But here it's freezing. It's I think it's just 1 or 2 degrees above zero.
I couldn't do better. If it drops below 20, I'm a bit I'm cold. The thinning of the blood is. Let's see what everybody's saying. So Jeff Downs is saying there's a bad echo. And Joanna's saying there's a bad echo. That's probably me. Is that when I'm speaking or when... let me do this. Let me turn the interview down. Because I don't have my things on. My ears on. Is that better? And let's put Christian back on. Camera C, there we go. Bad echo. I've been to the centre parts in Port Zealand. Oh, it says Banter Rugby Council.
Oh, yes.
Centre Parks in Port Zealand. Yep. Okay.
That's
and Joanna,
a very nice place.
21 Scottish summer. Is it still a bad echo, guys?
I've already turned down the other video, so
yeah, I didn't put my earphones on.
And I use my headphones.
So there's some new comments coming in. He speaking was bad echo. Okay, basically what's happening is you're coming out my speakers and then going into my microphone, so there's going to be a bit of an echo anyway. I apologize for that. It wasn't planned to do this, otherwise we would both have earphones on. Okay, Echo Tim, good picture, Tim. Why would hubby's phone get bad pictures? Is mine perfect? It depends. Okay, the picture is dependent on your Wi-Fi, on how many megabytes per second you can download, and your picture will change based on how good your phone or your tablet or your computer is, or your TV. Robert, let's try the Wise phone. Try to refresh, still picture not good. Oh dear, Robert. Fine here. Timmy, 3 degrees sleet, says Ray Duffy. Ray's on. And this guy called Christian Muse is on. Need to bring my Taylor guitar to Tenerife then. New street acting Tenerife. There you go. I was going to play guitar this week, wasn't I? Totally forgot again.
I've played in a band also.
I'll practice for 2 weeks now, because next week is Juliane's channel. So I've got 2 weeks to practice now.
But you won't have time, of course.
No. We're being cooked for this evening. Reinhold, who's been painting the house and doing some odd jobs for us, his wife made some Erbseneintopf, which is pea stew, with belly pork in it. So it's an Erbseneintopf with Schweinebauch, and with it she's made Reibadachi, which is like vegetable and potato rosti with Apfelkompott, which is like a thick applesauce. So he's going to arrive with cinnamon, yeah. So he's going to arrive with the food just when we're finished. So I'm looking forward to that. I haven't eaten anything since breakfast, so I've made room for me potatoes and peas. But don't be in the room with us tonight in bed. What did you have for dinner tonight?
We had lasagna tonight.
Typical Nederland cacao.
No, it was just easy.
It is easy, yeah. Is it a freezer or did you make it yourself?
No. Now we usually make it ourselves, but just today we didn't feel like cooking at all.
No.
So we just simply pre-cooked and then straight in the oven.
Bottle of Chianti.
I wish, but I don't have Chianti. We still have Romiel, by the way.
Oh, you still got the Romiel? Okay. Alcohol doesn't last long in this house, does it, kid? I'll stay up late and I'll just neck it. That's why I don't buy it anymore.
Sometimes we pick some, but not every day. We give them to family as well. Some bottles when we come over.
Christian, I'm going to let you go because we're going to finish up now. I've got to clear the table and get the bowls ready for our herbs and suppy with Würstchen or Schweinebauch.
It was fun joining tonight.
Thanks. I mean, it's great that it works. It's sorry I didn't have my earphones on. We could have. And next time I'm going to set Christina up with a little monitor so she can see what's going on, because I'm looking into the computer and she's sat on the right side here. So can we get us all three on again, I think? Let's get Christina in the bottom. Camera C. And change to camera B. There she is. Give her a bit of light. Oh, she froze.
She froze up.
She froze.
Cold.
You froze because you're freezing cold. In the year 2000. She's back in the room now. There she is.
There she is.
So there she is.
Well, it was nice to see you all again.
You too. And we'll see you next year when you come over.
We sure will.
Cool, dude. So I'm going to turn this down now. Oh, it's 100%. Oh, no, down. There you go. And we'll have it.
I've tried some with some lighting, but that's far too bright and didn't work as well, so I just let it out.
Oh dear. Effects, no. See effects, Bluetooth effects. Here we go. There's lightning. And my favourite, the cop car. Oh, they're gonna get us. Right.
I don't like to scare off Mariska, but so I just turn away the screen, or she was fleeing under the bed, I believe.
Oh dear. Right, ladles and jelly spoons. We're gonna go. See ya. Wouldn't want to be you.
See ya.
Turn this off. Wouldn't want to be you. I'd like to thank each and every one of you, and of course Christian as well. Here he is. Don't forget, Balcony Banter every Wednesday, except next Wednesday is on Juliane's channel. Freaky Friday is a short one, so I'll be there from about 5:30 to 6:45 or 7 o'clock the latest. If you're thinking of coming over, then we'll be in Little Germany having dinner if the storm isn't too bad. So thank you for watching, and meet up Monday next week. There's nobody has registered as yet, so if you're on the island and you fancy coming and saying hello, come to meet up Monday at, we'll go back to the Rosa Centre, I think, yeah? At the Rosa Centre, so it's the 471. Balcony Banter next week, as I say, is Juliane's channel, and Ladles and Jelly Spoons, Freaky Friday the following week. Love you all. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.